Hello everyone, this is our last topic from chapter 3, default risk. Default risk is also known as credit risk. As we initially discussed from this chapter that in the case of a corporate bond and also in the case of municipal bond, although issuer promises that issuer will pay interest and principal on time on a bond, investors always run a risk that issuer might fail to pay interest and principal on time. So this possibility is called default risk. So default risk or credit risk is a risk that bond issuer might fail to pay the promised interest and principal on time. That's why when an investor invests in a bond that has a higher default risk, investor must want a higher return for that, which is called default premium. That means the additional return an investor want for an additional default risk, that's called default premium. So as we invest in a bond, we typically look at the bond's grade. Bonds are usually graded by credit rating agencies, for example, AAA, BBB. So this rating indicates the credit risk or default risk associated with the bond. So if we invest in a high rated bond, for example, AAA rated bond, this bond generally has lower default risk, so offers lower return. On the other hand, a lower rated bond, for example, BBB, has higher default risk, so must offer a higher return. Another term we need to know at this stage is junk bond. Junk bond is the lower rated bond, for example, BBB or Baa rated bond. So junk bonds are lower rated bond with high default risk, so generally offer high return. So these are the different ratings, for example, AAA, AA, single A, BBB. As I previously said, that high rating means the bonds are more safe with respect to credit risk or default risk. So these highly rated bonds have lower default risk and offers lower return. On the other hand, this low rated bond indicates that they have high default risk, so they generally offer high return. And these are the yield spreads between corporate and 10-year treasury bond. So you can see that this red line shows the rate of return from Baa bond, and this blue line shows the rate of return from AAA bond. Okay, so and as you can see that the low rated Baa bond, this low rated bond offers higher return compared to the high rated bond, which is a AAA rated bond. So the bottom line is default risk is a probability that issuer might fail to pay promised interest and principal, and a bond with a high default risk must offer higher return to investor to compensate for high default risk. And the additional return an investor wants for high default risk is called default premium.